Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
Hey. This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, the lyrics, how it was made, the artwork, and everything in between. And this week we are doing Kanye West, and we're doing his record Graduation, third record from 2007. Just to kind of preface this episode, we're not going to be getting too crazy into the political stuff and all the kind of crazy shit he said. I know he said some wild shit the last year or so. I'm not going to dive into that.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he's always said crazy shit.
No,
but
I don't know if we're not going to dive into it, though, because we never know where this is going to go.
But what I'm trying to say is we're going to try to take a more objective approach to this actual record Graduation. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to try, but...
We're going to try, yes.
Some of that stuff's just too funny not to bring up.
Or just too ridiculous not to bring up. So, yeah, anyway... while you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell all your friends. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. Share all the posts, like all the posts. And my name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. So let's get into it, Jeff. Let's get into Kanye West, his album Graduation, and let's start with our origin story with the Kanye Wests. So what do you got? Go.
The Kanye West is the first song that really I latched onto was the New Workout Plan. That was a song that I liked. I didn't like it enough or care enough, I guess, because that was what 2003, 4 high school, still like a little fucking hip hopper that like gangster rap.
Bitch. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, who's this Kanye West? That's not gangster rap. I don't listen to it. But I loved it. It was a good song, and it really wasn't until Graduation when pretty much like our entire friend group latched onto Graduation and was like, holy shit, this is so fucking good. This is amazing. And yeah, I guess Graduation really fell in love with it. But New Workout Plan is definitely the first song I ever heard by Kanye.
Yeah, my origin story is All Falls Down. That was the first thing I had seen or heard. I saw the video. Actually, the video was the first thing I saw. It was the video for that. It was on MTV. Sometime late at night, the video came on, and what's the girl's name in it? It's Stacey Dash, I think that's her name. The girl from Clueless.
Mm.
Well, she's in the video, and I just remember thinking, oh my god, she's beautiful. That was the thing that hooked me, was oh my god, she's so fucking pretty. But yeah, then I thought the song was cool, but at the time, 2003 or whatever, I wasn't into hip hop. I was more into punk and metal. And rock music in general. So I never really cared about Kanye West until Graduation. Like you said, it wasn't until he started to take a more pop approach to his music and puts out this album, Graduation, and it just changes. I honestly feel it changed music. It really, really did change the trajectory of music. And, I don't remember if it was Stronger or Flashing Lights that I heard first from Graduation, but yeah, those two songs are definitely two of his most important songs, hands down. So that's my origin story and kind of my initial thoughts on Graduation. So
okay.
What do you got? Initial thoughts or anything to add before we jump into stinkers if we have them, and bangers?
I do think this is not his best. I don't think it's his most important, but I do think it changed music. We are now seeing artists really, really capitalize on an image, on a vibe, I guess, as the kids say now. But remember, Kanye for a good solid minute at this time, he wore those glasses with the lines in them.
Yeah, they weren't actually glasses.
Yeah, and they you couldn't even see anything out of them. But they were so cool though. They were so cool looking. I wanted to fucking wear them. And then he had that whole thing with Bathing Ape, and now that's what got me into buying nicer clothes with David Bradley. Was Kanye. I was I wanted to wear Bathing Ape clothes, and there was a store over in fucking Brea, right past on Yorba Boulevard, past the Walmart up there. That was a Bathing Ape store, and shirts $300 in there.
What is Bathing Ape? I don't remember that at all.
See me in my pastels, my babe shit. BAPE, bape, bathing ape. That's what it was. It's just like really high end clothes, like clothes that cost way too much fucking money for no fucking reason. And this is around the time when like I was shopping a lot, like the Nordstrom's rack, trying to buy like Sevens and Lucky Jeans and shit like that. It just I was
I do remember that era of you. That was the only era where what's the best way to describe this?
I tried to look fly.
You tried to like not stand out, but you were just dressing fancier than I've ever known you to dress since then or before then.
It was a weird period, but like you get caught up in it, dude. You really
but
do.
what also was some of that due to Taylor at the time, your ex?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
It started with Kanye because this came out 2007. So yeah. So like this is like literally right around the time that I met her, and so then she had expensive taste, and being in like the Brea area. But like I loved Kanye at this point. Like I wanted to be Kanye. I wanted to be like Kanye. I wanted to dress like Kanye. I liked those glasses. It was just so extravagant. His like confidence was just like oozing from him. Yeah. Even when he's bad, he was still like, I respected it, and I liked it a lot. So I don't know. I think like this album changed the trajectory of pop, because now again we see people embracing a culture, a subculture. And then he hooked up with Daft Punk, and it was just like, dude, like this whole world opened up. So now we're incorporating like straight house music into hip hop, and now we're seeing a blend of genres come together for like the common good. And I don't think this is his most important album, but I think this is like his most important album in regards to how it changed the scope of music and pop culture and like a lifestyle for people. Because even people that don't like rap, or even people that don't like techno or house music or music in general, they know who Kanye is, especially at this point.
Yes. Now see, this is where I feel Graduation is more important than an album like 808s, because 808s was very significant for hip hop without a doubt. Now, Graduation was significant not just for hip hop, but pop music, and like you said, fashion, like as a whole, and what it did for the entire music industry was more important, or did more than what 808s did. And that's not a knock to 808s at all. I just feel like Graduation,
Sounds like a knock.
It wasn't a knock, because Graduation, it was more than just hip hop. It was way more than hip hop. It was pop. It was literally everything. And the infusion, not to say he was the first to do it, but he kind of was the infusion of electronic, heavily using electronic music within hip hop, and really mixing pop music with hip hop music. Obviously, there's always been like the hooks, the more pop hooks in hip hop music, but to have an entire hip hop song like this, electronic based, it wasn't something you really heard, and especially not this well. It's just it's something so unique, and that's really where I feel it is more important to music than 808s, hands down.
I see. No, I will say 808s is more important to music and hip hop, but pop culture, Graduation takes the cake.
Okay. I mean, we're really kind of splitting hairs here in the end.
But like, there's a big distinction there. Like, his Graduation, I don't think is as good of an album musically as 808s is. I don't think it's as cohesive. I don't think it flows as nicely. I don't think it's as perfect as 808s. But I think it's more important to culture in general.
I'm obviously more of a recent convert of 808s. I do want to take a deeper dive into 808s again. Just listen to it a lot more, because I've listened to Graduation. I can't even tell you how many times I've listened to this damn record. So I'm way more familiar with it than I am 808s. But I mean, my opinion might change, if once I listen to it more. Who knows? But, based off of everything right now, I think Graduation is more important. But anyway, we're repeating ourselves. Let's, do we have any stinkers on this record?
No. There are no stinkers.
I mean, honestly, they're all bangers. They really are. So, let's get into, do we want to get into the biggest songs on the record, or just go with our biggest bangers? Or
even
did they
going
go hand
back
in
to
hand?
just like how crazy big this album was. It's just like even EDC, right? EDC has been around since the 90s. It's been around for a long
Yeah.
time. But I don't think EDC really blew up until this era. Until like
Yeah.
this like mid to late 2000s, until it became like a Vegas staple rather than like a Long Beach Arena staple.
Yeah.
Because it was
Isn't that
held in like
crazy?
the
Was
Long
that
Beach
Long
Arena
Beach
and
Arena?
fucking San Bernardino, like you know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
nothing. And now
And,
it's
I
like
mean, anybody
3-day
who-
Vegas thing.
Anybody who knows Long Beach Arena, it's big, but it's not. I mean,
It's not festival big.
It's not festival, but no way, not even close. So yeah, it's just it was a huge jump, and I agree with you. It all started. It was kind of kickstarted by this record, and then a lot of acts that came immediately after Graduation.
It's like we would never have had this resurgence because dubstep had been around for a long time beforehand, but we never would have had like this resurgence of like Skrillex and all these other dubstep, Flux Pavilion, and all these other artists that came up and were massive, and then eventually like crossed over into the hip hop realm. If it wasn't for this record, it's incredible. It is incredible.
I agree with you on that.
Let alone
It's
like the
just
neon
crazy.
and the colors and the pinks and the purples. Like it's fucking amazing.
That's another thing too. I love the artwork, but it's also so of its time. But then when you think about the time of like 07, 08, all of that kind of like bright fashion, especially like guys were wearing a lot of brighter clothes than they were the prior 4 or 5 years. Because remember, like a lot of the shit was like back to the emo style. There was a lot of dark clothes that people were wearing, especially guys. And then the Metro stuff started happening around this time. The Metro stuff wearing brighter colors, the checkers, and just like more, like I guess for lack of a better word, like uglier clothes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it went hand in hand with this record and Kanye in general, like what he did fashion wise. And I think he's way more important for fashion and just really pop culture at this time than anybody else.
I mean,
culture was.
I know you don't like this guy, and I don't really like this guy at all in the album, but like Kanye's kind of like this Andy Warhol Velvet Underground type of thing where the music is now like transcending into art, and you don't know where the line is between art and music and whether or not it's even one and the same.
I understand the comparison, but really the big difference is Andy Warhol was a schmuck artist, like a schmuck fucking painter, printer, whatever you want to call it.
He was also brilliant in what he did for music, what he did for the Velvet Underground, what he did for the scene.
But that's more of just the marketing side of it. It has nothing to do with the musical side of it.
But he put people together. He put hands next to hands. He introduced people to other people, and it was
he did do that. But
and people wanted to be like him. People wanted to be with him. People wanted to be him. Oh, so good.
But he himself wasn't a musician or a producer, or he didn't really create anything. He was just really good at art. He was really good at networking. He was a really good networker. That's what he was.
But
that's all it was.
I don't know, man.
That's what it was.
Some of his
man.
stuff is pretty cool. Like most of his stuff is garbage and fucking ridiculous and silly and stupid. But
he might have some cool stuff, but I'm not familiar with all of his work, all of his art. So I mean, based off of what I've seen, it's just boring and just dumb. It's just fucking dumb, dude. It's pretentious. It's obnoxious.
That's art, dude.
That's true. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
That's art, dude. So yeah, it's so like the two big. So my biggest banger is "Flashing Lights." That's my favorite fucking song from this album. That's my second favorite Kanye song. I love the song, hands down. Easy money.
I couldn't pick which one I liked more, whether it was "Flashing Lights" or "Stronger." I like them both equally. It's like when I throw "Stronger," I'm like, dude, this is the best song on the record. And then I hear "Flashing Lights," thinking, no, man, you can't get better than "Flashing Lights." You can't. They're both number one. They're both number one.
So Kanye is just like he's a wordsmith, right? His ability to craft words, to craft phrases, to craft like stanzas, to emphasize points, to emphasize moods, to do whatever he wants them to do. And then we really, really hear it on this record. And then from then on, we hear Kanye warp words to rhyme with other words that don't make sense when you hear him say it at the time. But in 2 seconds from now, you forget about it because it rhymes so perfectly with something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what he fucking
Yeah.
does, and it's amazing. And like nobody does it like Kanye. Fucking nobody really even does it because nobody's got the balls to do it. And Kanye did it.
That's true.
And he did it so fucking well. But the opening lines of this song, dude, this is like my favorite like verse that Kanye's ever done. I just love the wordplay here. I love all the rhyming schemes. I love everything that he's doing here. I think it's amazing, and it just shows that he's an amazing songwriter. She don't believe in shooting stars. She believes in shoes and cars.
Shoes and cars.
Wood floors in the new apartment. Couture from the store's departments. And then he goes in, and it's just like, damn, dude, we just set this fucking scene. We know everything that there is to know about this girl through his eyes, and it's just like that perceived male gaze, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a glimpse into his mind, and we know exactly what he's thinking in 4 lines. It's amazing.
Yeah, and the way he verbalizes it too, like he kind of has this like kind of a little bit of a drawn out monotone way of saying these lines too. It's not quite singing, but it's not quite rapping. It's this weird middle ground, which he does a lot in his music. And yeah, it's a great setup to the song. And then also the chorus too, like the way he sings that chorus, it's so what's the like there's so much swag in it. I hate using that word.
It's very prissy. It's very prissy.
It is.
As I recall, right? Like
The way he sings it. It's the way he sings, not just the lyrics, but the way he sings.
No one ever says like "as I recall" and then follows it up with something like "nice." It's always like a backhanded kind of bitchy thing to say.
Yeah,
like
does.
That's what you do when you set up something with "as I recall."
As I recall, I know you love to show off,
Right.
but I never thought you would take it this far. But what do I know?
What do I know?
It's a great chorus. It's
so
a great
good.
chorus. And then like the not the back and forth, but the backup vocals, the flashing lights. Is it Connie Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
Who does it? Yeah. Which is a whole nother cool thing too. I mean, did you read more about that whole how they linked up?
Yeah, and she was in like an actual. I mean, I'm sure Skip probably knows the band. It's some like European band that she was in.
No, she's Australian.
But she was in another band.
I thought they were Australian though.
Oh,
yeah, I thought they were
It was an Australian dance band.
Yeah. Okay.
The same fucking thing, dude. New Zealand, Australians, English, it's the same thing.
And she claims that she had never heard of Kanye at this point, and he just kind of like randomly heard her singing, and he just kind of fell in love with it, and just immediately invited her over to the studio and laid down a bunch of stuff for the record. That's so cool. I just think that's so cool. Like he just hears something and doesn't bother with managers, doesn't bother with like the logistics. He just says, "Come on over. Let's do this. Let's do this right now." It's not practice. Let's just lay everything down fresh. I love that. It's
Kanye's
so cool.
still at this point. He is still not getting the credit he's on his deserved.
Yeah,
and he had been producing prior to 2004. He'd been working with like Jay-Z, working with East Coast rappers, but he has not put out anything that people care about. When the College Dropout dropped, people liked it, but they thought it was kind of goofy. Like, come on, dude, you're from the East Coast, but you're not Jay-Z. Who cares? Late Registration, still not getting his due. And then Graduation hits, and Kanye like is going on and saying like, yes, this is the greatest album of all time, and it hits like 1 million copies in a week. Like it fucking.
And what I like about
slays.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I got excited about this too, because you don't see this happen very often where, somebody will pretty much change their entire style of music and put out a record that didn't sound like anything they had done prior. And then like the hardcore fans all come out and say how much they fucking hate it and they hate the artist. But that did not happen with Kanye. Like people, even the hardcore fans that love College Dropout loved Graduation. Like it transcended everything. It's like he did not alienate anybody until like later in his career. But Graduation, that did not happen at all. It's crazy. You never see that with artists.
And like realistically, it's because, especially with hip hop and punk, they do that shit the same too. They don't deviate from that formula in Tool. They don't deviate from like the formula that is successful. If they can make a living, doing X, Y, and Z, they'll do X, Y, and Z over and over and over. Maybe they'll have one album like Bad Religion, which I still haven't listened to.
Pennywise, yeah.
But like Bad Religion had that weird second album, right? That's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, that odd
whatever
one,
it is. But like most of the time, people don't deviate from the plan that works. Like, and why would you? I get it. It makes money and it serves you well. Kanye always wanted more. And again, I truly, truly believe that Kanye believed at the time that money equals just power. Money equals success. Money equals I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. How do I get as much money as possible? And that is by selling records. And like he said, dude, going into graduation, this is going to be the best thing that's ever happened. And it sold 1 million in fucking a week.
I know.
Like a week.
In 2007 too. You know,
Silly
this
boy
is like
talk. That's actually
physical media was not
going
selling.
out and buying records. Yes, buying CDs.
Yeah. Tower Records was out of business. Virgin Records was going out of business here. You know, the big box stores were not selling CDs anymore. So physical media was out. And yet it sold so many copies. And not only that, so I was looking more into like the stats of each individual song. It looks like almost every single song reached at least gold status here in the United States. And that's selling over 500,000 copies, 5,000 copies. And that's per song. That's not just the album. That's per fucking song. And there was one song, I think it might have been Stronger. I think that sold over 10 million. Just that song. That's insanity. Fucking insanity. No artist does that. I mean, especially modern artists. Like you could throw it back to like Beatles stuff and possibly Zeppelin, you know, selling that many. But I mean, Kanye in 2007, not like this. No way. Not in that short amount of time.
The only other artist you could even compare that to is again Michael Jackson. Just Thriller.
True.
Like that is it. There's nothing else.
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing else. And I mean, like a lot of this has to do with too, like people that don't listen to hip hop can now get into hip hop. Like their gateway to hip hop is probably Kanye and this album.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, this is the height of like Daft Punk. Dude, Daft Punk is coming off of Human After All, right? That was that 2005 album. Fucking amazing thing. They had Robot Rock, they had Technologic, but he's using a thing from like, 6-7 years ago. That was like their fucking discovery was like the year 2000, 2001, 2002. And he's bringing that back, and like that's cool. That's amazing. That's amazing that he can bridge these gaps, bridge these things. I don't know.
It's really cool. And I mean, Daft Punk have been popular for a very long time, but because of the song Stronger, that just like really brought Daft Punk into the mainstream and blew them up even more than people ever expected, because they were very, very popular. But this really took them to the next level, having their song sampled.
They played the Grammys with him, and like fucking the year or two after this album came out, and almost like 8 or 9 years after the album came out that had Stronger or had fucking Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger on it.
Yeah.
And they were still relevant.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool.
Anyway, Flashing Lights is my favorite. Plus I like that he can use, I like that only Kanye can do really, really cheesy fucking lines and make them clever and make them interesting and take a little bit of the cheese out of them because they're right in the front. When he says, I'm just saying, hey, Mona Lisa, you can't roam without Caesar. Come on, dude. That's so fucking cheesy, right? That's so stupid.
It is, but
it's so
good,
dumb. But damn, that is clever.
Yeah, it really, really is. So what do you have lyrically on this one?
This is a love song overall.
Yeah. But it's a love song about a girl that he's kind of very vain and very narcissistic almost, and just being in love with the wrong girl, essentially.
Yeah. He's being in love with somebody that he kind of is irritated by.
Yeah. And people say that's like a metaphor for the media and music in general. That's how he feels. And it makes sense. I get it.
And Kanye's like the only person, dude, who can just like hate something for so long and then kind of be like, well, actually, they're kind of cool, right? Because like the paparazzi, his colorful history with the paparazzi, but then like the Nazis, right? When he says, I hate these fools more than the Nazis.
Yeah.
And then like later on, we know Kanye doesn't quite hate the Nazis, I guess, a little bit. So
yeah, from what he said. Yeah. My God, dude, he said some fucking stupid shit. Some of it very funny, but some of it just like, dude, you gotta stop. Like the George Bush thing, that to me is one of the funniest, like top 10 funniest things I've ever seen in my whole life. when he says George Bush hates black people.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
on
don't,
live TV,
that's
and
not,
and
that's
Mike
not a
Myers'
long
face.
con.
Oh,
That's not a long con. That's a guy who's a fucking narcissistic douchebag. That's not a long con. It's weird.
oh my God. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. You might be right. I don't know.
I don't know.
But that gets me every time, that video.
I love it though.
Oh my
I
God,
I
it's so
still watch
fucking
that
funny.
video from time to
I
time
do.
just because it's so funny.
It makes me laugh so hard every single time.
'Cause
Mike
it's
Myers.
so awkward.
Mike Myers' face looks over. Kanye has no facial expression.
None.
Mike Myers looks over, shocked, visibly shocked. Then there's this awkward pause in silence, and then it cuts to Chris Tucker, and he's quiet. You see the look of shock on his face, and then he starts talking. Oh my God, it's one of the greatest moments of live TV ever, of all time.
Mike Myers looks at Kanye as if he's thinking that Kanye's going to bust up laughing and say, "I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." Just dead face. So good. It's
Oh
good.
man.
Maybe it is long con. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I really don't know. This is
And then
like,
what the latest thing when he's talking about his doctor like feeding him like all these psychiatric medications. I'm not going to say what ethnicity he is. I'm not going to say what religion he is. And then there's the pause. He says he's a Jewish doctor. Like it's the pause, and then he just flat out fucking says it,
like
completely
he's dying
unprovoked.
to say it. Fucking dying to say it. It's like,
See,
just say it then, dude.
And the fact that there's a pause makes it seem like this has to be a long con. Like the pause is too perfect for it to be like, I don't know. I can't I don't know. I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not.
See, like sometimes like that, it's a long con because it's funny, it's goofy. But then like harken back to Life of Pablo, and the song was it Famous, whatever song it is, and he talks about the whole Taylor Swift thing. And he, like, in the song, he says that him and Taylor Swift can still have sex. He didn't say Taylor Swift; he says Taylor. They can still have sex, and it's just like it's so gross and it's so fucking weird, and it's like it's such a piece of shit thing to say. And not that I'm like a huge Swiftie, but like, damn, dude, to attack somebody like that is just fucking gross. After what you did to her on stage, like,
true.
dude, it's so fucking blatantly disrespectful. And even like backstage, Beyonce was like crying over that incident because it was like, why the fuck did he do that? Oh, and also fun fact too, I know we talk about Pink a lot because she's dope, but you know the only person to like confront Kanye backstage after that whole like Taylor Swift thing happened was Pink, and she got in his face and was like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and she's all
did
about
not
him.
know that.
Yeah, she's like, "You motherfucker, you're a piece of shit. I can't fucking believe you do that. Don't ever fucking do that in front of me ever again." Oh, Pink's so cool, dude. We gotta do Pink one day.
That's pretty cool.
She's been cool for like 20 years under the radar. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, her music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
For sure, her music is, but like as a person,
It's
dude,
fun.
Pink's so dope.
You remember when she? Remember, I think it was like the VMAs way back in like maybe 2001. She brought her little like dog to the red carpet at the VMAs. And it's, oh, it's such a cute dog. What's its name? And she said, oh, his name's Fucker. And then like that was like, remember that was like a big news headline that she named her dog Fucker.
No.
You don't remember that? And she brought him to the VMAs, and then they had to like censor it all because she kept saying
Pink's
Fucker.
so cool.
Yeah.
She really is. She's so cool.
Didn't she date Dave Mirra or something?
I think she's married to Corey Hart, the motocross dude.
Oh, maybe that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, maybe not Dave Mirra. Yeah. Oh man, and our bass player is David Gardner, Mars Volta.
And then also here's like another like long con, but I don't think it's a long con, is because after that whole like Taylor Swift thing, Kanye had claimed that he had sent Taylor an early copy of Pablo and she okayed it. And Taylor swore like, no, he never fucking sent me that. Then there was a different version. I never okayed that line. And then when Kanye got with like Kim was like, oh yeah, Kanye showed me the fucking transcripts and Taylor okayed it. Well, then like the video leaked, like 8 years later. Not 8 years because it's only 2016, but like 5 years later it leaked. And sure as shit, she did not okay it. Like Kanye fucking lied for like 5 years. And then he got Kim to lie for like 3 years. So that I don't know if that's a long con, dude.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, the guy, in the end, the guy's a fucking mess. Music-wise, I think he's a fucking genius. Outside of music, I think he's completely fucking unhinged. Funny moments for sure. Some very, very questionable and kind of fucked up moments.
It really is like we're watching like the life and death of Kanye West, right? Like just this.
But it's
rise
like
and fall.
it's like every other year. It's like is he going to be great this year? Is he going to be just going to say something really fucking dumb? Like he's so fucking unpredictable.
But like also maybe I do think it's a long con because Kanye, again, from the beginning has said that if I have money, then I can do whatever the fuck that I want to do. And
That's
why
true.
has Kanye not been canceled? Because he has money. Because he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and we accept it because it's Kanye.
And moving into the long con game and having so much money. What was it? The beginning of this year when he made that stupid Nazi comment.
Yeah.
That maybe the Nazis weren't that bad, and then Adidas ended up dropping his Yeezy brand. He lost like $1 billion or some shit like that, and he's just like, man,
Didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck. And then you look at the past history of Adidas, and they made all the uniforms for the Nazis back in the 30s.
Yeah,
so
dude.
It's like they have a completely like shitty past as it is, and then they're like talking down to Kanye. It's like, dude, come on, guys, come on.
That was when Kanye wore that like weird like black face really because it was like a thing hiding his face. Remember? It was like
and then he went on Alex Jones' show. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. The guy's fucking out of his mind.
So good.
Or he's just maybe he's just way too smart and he just likes to fuck with the media. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know either. This is again, I think there's strong arguments for both camps.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Like the Limp Bizkit thing, like we know now, but like Kanye, I have no fucking idea.
Like I think the most unusual thing to me, not the most unusual thing, but one of the unusual things is how he got with Kim Kardashian, and they were married. They had, I think, just one kid together, maybe two, and they were together for quite a while. Like,
because she's a nobody.
But I mean, she has so much money and she has so much, sway in popular culture. I mean, I'm not a fan of her either, and I think she doesn't really do anything for anybody or society.
Produces
except
nothing.
she produces herself and makes a shit ton of
come
money
on,
getting
that's
endorsements and advertising. But I don't know. I thought that relationship was that a real relationship, or was it more like let's kind of get together and just make a shit ton of money for a few years, based off of like all of the the tabloids and what people are talking about. And
I mean,
that could be a thing.
That's not like unheard of, right? Like the whole Kobe marriage is long rumored to be kind of just like, yeah, I'll give you whatever you fucking want. Just, give me some children. That's why like they didn't get divorced after the whole like rape allegations thing and all the stuff coming out with Kobe like fooling around behind her back. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really care because as long as you're honest with each other, right, then who fucking cares? Mm-hmm. Like how much money can you throw at somebody?
That's true.
Say, like, let me do whatever I want. Like how much money would that take, right? Like everyone's got a price. If somebody offer you like $10 billion for whatever it is, like everybody's got a price for something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So like the whole Kanye Kim thing, like Kanye's historic. Kim is probably historic, unfortunately, but Kanye is historic for actual like tangible reasons. Whereas like the Kardashian family, it's just because we keep talking about them, right? We regurgitate things of how much we hate them, but like bad publicity is better than no publicity. But maybe, I don't know.
They made an entire career out of that.
God, I cannot fucking stand that family. They ruined Lamar Odom. They fucking almost ruined Kanye West. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to fucking do it.
Next will be Travis Barker. Oh man, what's gonna happen?
They can have him. You take him.
Oh, Tammy's been telling me like the episodes with Travis Barker. She said that like those two together are the fucking worst. She said that they have combined, they still have no personality. They're the most boring people that she's ever seen on TV. She cannot stand Travis Barker.
I can imagine like a conversation like or an interview with them where she goes like, Travis, shh, and then she talks, and Travis, okay.
Well, no, I guess Kourtney Kardashian, she has like no personality either. Like she doesn't really talk, and when she does, it's like nonsensical, and it's completely irrelevant to what other people are talking about. I guess she's just like really kind of dumb.
Damn, bro.
That's what Tammy says, at least.
I just can't even. We're just feeding.
Yeah, we're talking about them. Look at this
algorithm.
we're talking about them right now. We've been talking about them for 5-10 minutes now. This is stupid.
Feed
this
the
is
algorithm.
what this is. Oh my god, they've
That's why
won.
they're popular.
They've won. The Kardashians have won. That's unbelievable. I don't know.
It's true.
Back to graduation. Back
Yeah.
to graduation.
So we got
My
flashing
God.
lights. We could do stronger now.
Yeah, let's do stronger. This is
Okay.
also like my 1-2B right here.
Okay.
This is also your 1-2B?
This is my 3B.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
This is a solid 3B for me because there's another song on here that I can't get over. I cannot
Okay.
get over.
Okay.
Yeah. Stronger is my 3B.
Stronger. This is like we were talked about earlier. This is with the Daft Punk sample, and man, he made it work so fucking well. I mean, the song starts with just the single bass drum hits, and then the loop, the Daft Punk loop. He starts rapping over it, and then it just drops into that second verse, and it's fucking wild, man. This song, the way he's layered this, the way he built on this song, like built layer after layer, and then just crescendoing into everything, into the verses, into the chorus, and back into the incredible verses. It's unreal. This song is absolutely fucking unreal. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
I agree. There is nothing like this. Even in Kanye's discography, this is his most like ambitious and it works song that he's ever done. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And you can't fuck with this, like this era of Daft Punk. You can't fuck with this song because it's so iconic. It's so perfect. It's so catchy. It's so everything that you want it to be. And I like how he uses the sample. It's not just the harder, better, faster, stronger, but then he also uses kind of like the never over part or whatever they say there. I don't know, work is never over. And later on in the song,
during
when
the
he's
bridge.
speaking, when he's speaking and he's like, and he's talking about it, and instead of him saying the word never, he uses that never part in there to kind of like add an extra layer, an extra texture to the word or to the line that he's delivering. I think that's cool.
It's almost like it's like a weird, I don't want to say a call and response, but
it
during
kind
that
of
bridge,
it kind of is. Yeah.
It's really weird. And also when he's doing that, when he's using that loop, the Daft Punk loop, it's not just him playing the original track and looping that original track. He's like modulating the voice, like he's distorting it. He's pitch shifting it so it's higher or lower according to what part of the song you're at. Like it's not just a straight sample, and that's another thing that I think is so cool about it, because he utilizes that particular sample as a sort of like instrument. He plays it like an instrument almost by pitch shifting it. And not to say he's the first one to do it, but he did it so fucking well to a song, to a sample that it didn't need to be done to. But he did it in such a classy way that it just adds so much more to the song. I think it's incredible.
See, that's a proper use of like pitch shifting. Okay, I know Justin Chancellor may have pitch shifted his fucking bass on 10,000 days, but no, it's if you don't add anything to the song, then you just like, what are you doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Kanye West, who's not even a bass player, can pitch shift better than Justin Chancellor. That was just my tangent to dig at somebody who can't fight back. Oh, that's called cyberbullying, dude.
Yeah. Cyberbullying the Britlander. Yeah.
Cyberbullying the Britlander.
That's our favorite pastime on the pod.
That's kind of true.
We do like to do that.
Bullies. But yeah, I don't know. I think this song is it's absolutely amazing. It's cool.
Yep. And I mean, yeah, we touched upon the bridge, the back and forth. It's, what is he thinking? What goes through this man's mind? I do not know.
And like I didn't know until this week either. But like when he says like you could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Like there was a Kate Moss like did blackface on a fashion fucking magazine at some point.
What, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, is that that's a reference to?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a reference to two things. It's either a reference to that, which by all accounts on the internet, my limited Google search, she did a blackface cover thing.
Oh.
I think it was just like a really dark like tan that she had, and they maybe just like morphed the filter, right? Like the sepia, whatever filter it was, to make it look even darker. So it looks like she's in blackface. I don't think she's actually in blackface, but it looks like she's in blackface. But then also at the time, his fiance liked Kate Moss a lot. And so he's calling his fiance like Black Kate Moss because Kate Moss is objectively attractive. But yeah, dude, there's like you can like Google blackface Kate Moss and there it is.
Yeah, I always took that line as, a girl who's just like super skinny, like that, what was called heroin chic back in the 90s. That's what Tammy West calls it, the heroin chic. And I always thought that's what he was referring to, like a really skinny black woman. That's really what I thought it was. But now that makes more sense if she was supposedly in blackface.
Dude, that line like awesome the Christian and Christian Dior. Man, they don't make him like this anymore. Oh, dude, you just can't help yourself, right? Like you fucking just want to sing along. It's so objectively catchy and it's so fucking good.
But also like the bridge too, like some shit, like I didn't even know what he said or what it even means. But like the line, since OJ had isotoners, I had no idea what an isotoner was.
The gloves,
but then I looked it up. Yeah, they're gloves. They're the kind of gloves that he was not wearing when he killed.
The glove doesn't fit. You must have quit.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was a brand of gloves and like slippers and shit. But
that's funny because I didn't know the Prince one, the Apollonia.
What is that one? I didn't look that one up.
That's from the movie Purple Rain, which I've never seen because I just don't like Prince. I just don't like Prince.
Prince,
great guitarist. I like hearing him play solo and shit, but I just don't like Prince.
Yeah,
but yeah, from the movie Purple Rain. It came out in 1980 something, 85,
83, I think. Yeah,
but his what do you call it? His love interest was named Apollonia, I guess.
Isn't that from like a Shakespeare thing, Apollonia? Or maybe like is it like a Greek thing?
There's an Apollonia
maybe from the
Godfather.
Odyssey or something. Oh, okay.
I think the girl's name in Godfather, the girl that got blown up by the car.
Yeah, I think her name was Apollonia.
I do know English. I know Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Her name was Apollonia. And then she got blown up. Remember she says that
Monday,
shit though?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday. Like she's like nagging him.
I do that to Tammy all the time too. Oh, she gets so annoyed with me.
Because it sounds like she's nagging him, then she gets blown up. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, dude. Anyway. 0-2.
Anyway.
Do we have anything else on Stronger?
No, it's good. It was good. It's good. It's good.
All right, let's get into your 3B or third banger. What do you got?
Stronger is my 3B. I have a 2B.
Oh yeah,
or we can do your 2B.
No, Stronger
your 2B was flashing lights or the
flashing lights. Stronger. Yeah, they're interchangeable. Yeah. Oh wait, actually, what do we have lyrically on Stronger? What do you have on this one?
Oh, hold on there, dude.
Better not delete your notes, dude.
I didn't delete my notes there, dude. It's about him becoming stronger. He embraces the hate. He's rise above. He's gonna rise above the hate, and he's gonna become stronger for it. He doesn't care. He's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants.
See, I kind of got the feeling that it was about how he because of his fame he can get any girl he wants, and this is him telling the girl like, you get ready, like shit's about to get crazy with because I'm famous, now you're famous. I feel like that's kind of maybe an undertone on this song as well. I don't know.
Dude, the line too, like you should be honored by my lateness that I would even show up to this fake shit. Like, God, that's
like
some
that
cocky shit, dude.
It is cocky.
That's good. I like
but
that.
It's also him like calling out like the bullshit awards shows and all this like, jerking off of each other in Hollywood and the music business.
You can actually imagine Kanye showing up to something he's supposed to be there on time to, and he's like late. Then you fucking lucky I even showed up. Like it's I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. That's punk right there, dude. Oh, that's punk.
That's punk, dude. Oh God, dudesy.
Yep, ruins it.
Dude's evening. That was last night.
That was. I got the because I'm still in the Discord, so I get the little notifications.
Little noties. Yeah. Probably watch that or listen to it tomorrow. So, anyway, let's move on to your 2B. What do you got?
No. That's Drunken Hot Girls, dude.
Really?
2B. User.
That's my 10B.
That's wrong.
I like it. It's a good song. I mean, it's a good song. What do you got on this one?
Dude, there's a lot of cool melodies going on here. This is the one that we talked about earlier that I just had no idea it was a cover. It's essentially a cover of the Can song, the Sing Swan song, because it borrows that melody through and through. And it bases the entire song around that melody. So, like, that's a cover, right?
Yeah, I would say more than an interpolation.
That's a fucking cover, dude. Like, we're not like that Daft Punk thing. That's a sample because he's not singing the way Daft Punk sings. He's singing the way was it Iggy Bimyasi? How do you say? Is that what it is? He's singing the same way he sings on that Can song. So that's it's a cover. But I like the soundscapes in this one, dude. And I love Mos Def. I love Mos Def so much. I think he's a great addition to any song. I think he slays at singing because he's a shitty singer, but he tries really hard and he fucking embraces it and he likes it and he has a good time.
I think I need to. I've tried with Mos Def. I think he's good. He's fine, but I don't think there's nothing that really makes me want to go back and listen to more.
I think I brought a song to the pod from the Black on Both Sides album and you liked it.
I did, but then I listened to the whole record and it was fine, but I don't think I'd ever go back and listen to it again. It was good. It was good. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Oh, but it's never going to be it would never be a go-to hip-hop record. Oh. Never.
Oh. Okay. Well, I really do love Mos Def, and I like him as an actor. I watched Hitchhiker's Guide today. I like him.
Really?
I did.
Damn, I haven't watched that movie in like
Mos
maybe
Def.
15 years. It's good in that movie.
He's good at everything. He's good. He's great. He's a good rapper. He's a good lyricist. He's a decent singer. He seems like a fun guy. I don't know. That's cool.
The dogs are still going crazy over there.
Do you hear them right now?
Oh yeah. I've never been able to hear them, but yeah, no, I can hear them now. That's good.
Okay. That's good.
Your wild dogs.
There's 4 of them.
Yes, yeah.
Idiots. They're all idiots. Each one of them. Yeah.
But yeah,
Drunken
this one
my 2B.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. And I really think I was really shocked that he would ever do it. He would ever sample Can. I mean, such a obscure like prog it's called kraut rock.
Kraut rock.
From the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And I mean, I do like this record a lot, but I didn't really hear the connection until after I put the 2 songs back to back. I'm like, okay, now I hear it.
It's
but
identical.
It's just something that you don't relate to one another until you actually sit down with it. You know what I mean? Because it's just so outrageous. Like, why would he sample Can of all fucking bands? You know,
I tried to like Google why he sampled Can, and I could not find anything because it makes sense. Like all the other samples, especially like the soul R&B samples that he does. Those I get, like growing up, his parents listening to that music. Gospel stuff I get, even like the rock stuff, right? The top 40 rock. But Can? I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's weird, man. It's really, really weird. But then it also gives validity to that whole thing from a couple years ago where he posted on his social media like about the Mars Volta. He's like, he took like a random picture of his TV and said, "Come on, guys, you guys really need to hurry up with the new record." Or something like that, or I want to be on the new Mars Volta record, or something like that. And everybody was like, "What the fuck? How is he even related? How is he even related to the Mars Volta? Like, what is this connection?" But then you see this, like he's a big fan of Can, who obviously is a huge influence on Mars Volta to the point where Damo Suzuki, not the original, but one of the singers of Can, played with Omar. And it's just like, it's a weird connection, and it's just like how. It's cool. It's great that Kanye is big enough fan to sample Can, but it's bizarre, man. But then like reading more about the creation of this record, which I didn't even know until this week, but fucking Kanye was the opening act for U2 prior to the recording of this album.
Massive tour.
What the fuck is this? Like U2 and Kanye? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how are U2 fans going to react to Kanye and then vice versa? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But that directly inspired this record, and that it made Kanye want to make a more anthemic, big stadium rock kind of record. And then that's when he started to get into bands like he dove into like Bob Dylan and forgot the other artist from the 60s to learn more about like writing lyrics and telling a story and everything like that. Obviously, that's pretty much all Bob Dylan is known for, is storytelling, which whatever. But yeah, I thought it was just fascinating. He has such an eclectic.
He's got a diverse palette.
A diverse palette, yes. There you go.
A diverse palette.
Diverse palette. So I don't know. It's cool. It's really cool. And really, this song though, it just kind of has this really dark and moody feel to the entire thing. I don't know if it's because of the whole melody, but like the lifting of the melody, but it just overall the beat and everything. It's a very dark and moody feeling song. But then you contrast that to the lyrics where, you know, it's just about like
it's still moody though.
Hot girls a little bit, because it really is talking about how, you know, guys will go out of their way and do anything to sleep with a girl.
Yeah, but then get like super fucking irritated when it doesn't happen, or when they realize that it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
right. Like, I don't want to drive your fucking friends home. Like, I just want you drunken hot girls. And that's not even what he says in the fucking song. In the Can song, he says drunken, not drunk but drunken hot ghost. So like, it's
so
just
weird.
It's so cool. But I mean, there's and then the Mos Def's like fucking little bridge part. Like, he's not a great singer, but he does try, and it's good enough. It's good enough to pass off as being like, oh, I like what you're doing there, right? Because it's gritty. And because he's not doing like the little vibrato thing with his vocal cords, he's just singing like you'd hear some decent singer at a karaoke bar. And I love the bridge, dude. I love the bridge. I love what Mos Def does, because he goes up and down. He said, "Love the dangerous." He's like up and down, up and down. It's just,
I know, but it's not that. It's questionable.
It's so good.
It's still
dude.
good though. It's still
so endearing, and I really do love Mos Def a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe I got my Mos Def goggles on, but
you always wear a lot of goggles when we podcast,
dude. I have a pack of goggles next to my thing here.
They're all hanging up on the wall though, too. Like
but also too, goggles. I like one of my favorite lines on the album is when he says like, da da da, that's how fuck you sound. That's how the fuck you sound. That's what Kanye says. Yeah. That's how the fuck you sound. Like, he's just so fed up with it, dude. He's just so tired of it.
Do you have this on vinyl?
Graduation?
No? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's never been officially pressed.
It's a bootleg.
But I mean, there's bootlegs everywhere. Like, they're always everywhere.
Grace always has them for like $30.
Yeah, I think White Rabbit usually has them for about 40.
If somebody brought it into the store, I would probably keep it, but I'm not gonna. At this point, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, I thought about buying it this week, but White Rabbit didn't have it. I called and asked them. But anyway, I was gonna say something. Damn it, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Anyway, Drunken Hot Girls. Do we have anything else on this one?
No, that's it. That's all.
All right. So then, what's your 4B?
Did you?
I guess no. What my 3? No, I didn't do my 3B. Because your 3 was Drunk. No, that was your 2B. Your whatever. My 3B is Champion. We haven't talked about Champion.
That's my 4B.
There we go. We're on the same page here. Just to note this, that obviously our top bangers are the singles, and rightfully so, because these are just absolute fucking.
They're all fucking
singles.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah. That's true too.
Jeez.
But yeah, Champion. This is he sampled a Steely Dan song called Kid Charlemagne. I don't recognize this song. I don't remember this song.
Dude, I'm not a big fan of Steely Dan. I'm just not.
I'm not either.
Like, I get that they're really good and they were great producers and they did like really intricate work, but I don't care. But I like that a lot of hip hop artists sample Steely Dan. De La Soul, for instance, one of the albums that we did not that long ago. One of their big songs, they sampled Steely Dan. So I get it. It's cute. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
But really, I mean, the story behind the sample is kind of cool, because he reached out to them to clear the sample, to clear the rights on it. And initially they said no, it's just not going to work. We just don't get it. And then he hand wrote them a note. Kanye hand wrote them a note saying, you know, how much the song means to him because of his dad and this and that. He's told this like story. And then they loved that. They thought, okay, this isn't just like a fly by night kind of thing. Like this really means something to him. So then they eventually cleared the sample, which I think is super cool. But then also like, dude, imagine how much fucking money Steely Dan made from this, from the royalties. And then looking to Can. That's what I was trying to remember. That's what I forgot to talk about in the last song. Yeah. Like, imagine how much money Can has made simply off of that one Kanye song.
And like,
because Can never had any commercial
like a revitalization of the careers.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because nobody. I mean, Can never reached any sort of commercial success, especially here in America. You know, a little bit in Europe, but nothing over here in the States.
I mean, same with like Sister Nancy, like the Bam Bam song. He used that in Pablo, and she thanked Kanye. She's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm glad that he did that because now I can still tour. I can still play music. I can still make money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
Yeah, so this is a cool song. What do you have on this one?
It's a good clip, right? It's a good clip because I don't know, man, like Steely Dan's got a lot of cool riffs, a lot of cool things that I like. But then when I listen to an album, because we have so much Steely Dan in our store and it sells really, really fast. And I'll throw an album on because it's like, okay, cool. Like, you know, Can't Buy a Thrill selling super fast. And you'll recognize like 2 or 3 of the songs. And, these are pretty good songs. But even then, I just don't even care. I just don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like you've heard better yacht rock, better classic rock stuff, hard rock. It's like, why listen to Steely Dan?
Yeah. What I did want to talk about, though, was that Steely Dan, the song, The Champion, quote unquote, in Kanye's version, it's about his dad. And he's talking about his dad being the champion. How he looks up to his dad and do these things. But in the Steely Dan version, they're talking about Bear. They're talking about Bear from the Grateful Dead. Okay?
Oh, really?
Or the guy who essentially was like the biggest supplier of LSD in the Bay Area, that guy, on the West Coast, and who just made like really, really fucking good drugs. And he eventually got caught, and it was a big thing. But Bear was also responsible for the Wall of Sound, you know, the tower of speakers that the Grateful Dead would travel around with. And so it's kind of cool that Steely Dan created a song that like idolized the biggest like drug dealer of LSD in like the San Francisco area, who also was like a member of the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that in there because it's fucking cool.
And also a CIA plant. There we go.
No, he wasn't a CIA plant. Although he did participate in those Stanford studies.
MK Ultra. Yeah, MK Ultra, baby.
Him and like Ken Casey and the married pranksters. They all, yeah. No, like Ken Casey was actually he wrote and like in books and then said, yeah, dude, like this college like paid me money to go there and take a bunch of acid while they hooked up a bunch of shit to my head and see what happened. I was like, yeah, okay, that's good.
MK Ultra, dude. Well,
that's cool, dude.
That's what they did, dude.
That's fine. Free acid.
I mean, yeah, when you're 19 years old, you don't give a shit, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, 0-2.
Anyway, yeah, this song is very arena rock sounding. So like overall, like you mentioned earlier, touring with U2, and like that's where Kanye was going. Kanye, in Kanye's mind, going from the college dropout to late registration to this, he's just getting bigger and more extravagant. And so, what else can you do? Because College Dropout was great because it introduced like themes and samples that nobody had ever really done on that scale. Late Registration refined it. Where do you go from there? Just make him bigger, right? Make him bigger. Make him, instead of playing to a club of 5,000, do it to 50,000. And that's why there's like no dead air whatsoever on Graduation. There is no points on this entire record that are silent because you can't do that when you're playing to an arena. Except for you two, when you're boring as fuck and people pretend to love it. But that's it. Like you cannot have dead air. You cannot have dead space. And Graduation it's perfect. It's perfect because Kanye like achieved that. He had this mindset. He wanted to achieve this goal, and he did it so well. He did it better than anyone's ever done it.
I'm not going to argue with you on that one. All right. Do we have anything else on Champion?
I mean, I want to talk about that little bridge there
All right, let's get into it. What do you got?
because it is like it is so catchy. That little "This is the story of the champion," right? Is it not catchy?
Yeah. No, it is. It's yeah.
so good.
It is very, very good.
Like, dude, this is a hip hop album. Hip hop albums should not be this poppy. Should not be this like this toe tappingly catchy.
And once again, like I said, that this album, this transcended more than hip hop. This changed pop music as we knew it. I mean, you could say maybe Black Eyed Peas were doing this a little bit, but never to the extent that Kanye did on this record, on Graduation. Not even close.
There was always like a natural like swing to hip hop. It was always like a natural progression. Like we are speaking with a certain gait to where it becomes a melody just because of the way we are speaking. But now there's like no mistaking. I am incorporating like choruses, verses. There's a structure here where we're following like things that like Chuck Berry laid the groundwork for.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a pop record. It's good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It absolutely is a pop record, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. At all. It's incredible. What was I gonna say? Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, actually going back to. Actually, do you have anything else to say about Champion? I'm not trying to rush you through the song, but I do want to go back to Stronger.
There's a lot of fucking songs there.
Yeah, I do want to go back to Stronger just very briefly. Something we forgot to talk about, but. So when he was making that song, he was stuck on the 808 on the pretty much the main bass drum. He couldn't get the right tone. He was frustrated. Apparently he was having beef with Timbaland at the time, and he had talked with various producers trying to get the sound right for the song, and nobody could figure it out. And so he decided to reach out like randomly to Timbaland. Let's just like maybe quash the beef a little bit. Come on over. And Timbaland came over. They worked on it for like maybe an hour or two, and they found it. Timbaland helped them with it, and that's one reason why we have Stronger where it is because Timbaland stepped in and helped Kanye, and they put aside their egos, especially Kanye, put aside his ego in favor of making a good song, and I fucking love that. I fucking love that story. It's so cool, and there's video of it too of them working together on the song very briefly. And it's just so cool. Like watching hip hop guys work together is so much different than watching, a rock band write a song. It's so fucking different. And the passion is so much different too. Like when you see hip hop guys, like when they find that beat, you could just instantly see their whole body, their body change. Like the way that they just start moving is so much different. It's crazy.
It's a different approach, right? Like
yeah.
If you're in a band and you're working together, it's like, hey, I have a riff. What do you have that can complement this riff? Yeah. Whereas in hip hop, it's more like
it's more about the feel.
Help me find what I'm looking for, type of thing. Not like I have something concrete, add to it. Hip hop seems more like help me find what I'm looking for. And like both of them, Timbaland and Kanye, had been writing and producing and then doing things prior to 2007 or whatever. And then Timbaland fucking releases the Shock Value in 2007.
Fucking killer record too.
Dude, amazing record. And Timbaland's an amazing producer. Stupid producer.
Like we've talked about too, like Kanye and Timbaland. I mean, to me, I think hip hop producers, I think Timbaland, Kanye, and Dr. Dre are the greatest hip hop producers of all time.
I mean, Dre is for sure up there. Kanye's up there. RZA's up there.
But RZA, yes, but I don't know. I would maybe put him at 4.
I don't know if I put like Timbaland up there because like, dude, you got like the Neptunes, like they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, the Neptunes, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I don't know.
They're strong contenders.
That's a whole. I have to really think about it, but.
But also, when you look at Timbaland, I mean, Neptunes did it too, but I mean, he did a lot with pop and hip hop. I think his beats, at the time, especially, were more recognizable than Neptunes were.
But they're kind of focused in like the dance realm. Like Timbaland kind of like just stayed in that dancey realm, that sexy back era, right? Just that sound. Whereas like the Neptunes have done things just all over the fucking board, and I just
Yeah, they've done
like,
a lot.
That's just like stupid shit right there. They're really good.
They are great. Anyway, I'm just saying things. I'm just saying
Just
things.
spitballing. I like it.
Yeah.
Shooting from the hip. Not a big deal. Okay.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to I'm good with Stronger Now. I just wanted to get that out there. Let's get into we did Champion. What's your 5B, 4B, 5B? I don't
Can't tell me nothing.
Yes.
By Zach
Fuck yeah.
Galifianakis.
That's my 4B as well.
So like, I don't know if that video is better or not. It's just so fucking dumb, dude. It's
fucking
so
dumb and it's so
stupid.
funny. It's so funny.
Even like the lip syncing. I mean, maybe the YouTube video was synced up. I think the lip syncing deliberately wasn't on point at all times.
I think that was just I think it's because the video is old and the sync it's all synced up, fucked up. It's fucked up. The syncing's all fucked up.
It was a funny video. It was a funny video, nonetheless. So yeah,
I think that might have been like one of the earliest things I had seen from this album was that video, was the Zach video.
I had never seen that until you sent it to me. Never seen that. Oh my god,
dude! We used to, friend of the pod, Sean and I used to watch that video all the time because it's just so dumb.
It's so stupid.
He's like riding around a tractor on a farm with his friend and lip syncing the video, and then there's people like river dancing, but they're wearing like German lederhosen. It's just fucking. It's bizarre. It's weird, but it's great. I've watched that video so many goddamn times.
Yeah,
and why he did it, I have no idea. No idea why he did that.
That's the bigger question: is why that song?
Yeah. Because it's not like the hardest song in the world. It's probably the hardest song on the record. It's like the closest thing you can get to gangster rap.
Yeah,
on the
dude,
album,
that intro is fucking aggressive. Yeah. For like a Kanye record, that intro is very, very
the
aggressive.
La La La's.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great way to start that song. And then the like that, that ascending.
Na, 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 na. We just like get my money right. Oh.
Dude, his use of samples in this song is it's incredible, man. It's incredible. Like it has this like gospel undertone to it that it's not nearly as like in your face as like the Jesus is King era and like later Kanye, but it's there. It's for sure there. And just the way the song kind of like trudges along and it's fucking kind of heavy, and then you have that main beat with just like it sounds like a hammer hitting metal. It just sounds like, for lack of a better word, it just sounds tough.
It does sound tough.
It's good, man.
There's just
a good one.
There's just some cool fucking like this opening verse or the opening lines is verse 2 where he's just let up the suicide doors. This is my life, homie. You decide yours. Like acknowledging that like he is indulging in frivolous shit, but this is what he wants to do. Like, don't fucking judge me. This is what I want to do right now. I've worked for this. I respect that. I like that. I don't know, man. Like just good, talking about Kanye, listening to Kanye makes me like it makes me want to work harder. Right? Like just like he's fully embraced like the materialism, like everything that people think is wrong with the world. He's fully embraced it, lived it, and then like kind of like shunned it, like 3 or 4 times over. It makes you kind of just want to like work a little bit harder. Like I want to get to the point where I want material things and then I have them and then I hate them.
Okay, yeah.
That's cool. I like it. I respect it.
One of there's another couple lines on this song that I really like too, in the second verse, where he says, old folks talking about back in my day, but homie, this is my day.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude, that's good. It's so simple. It's so simple, but it's solid, man. It's good.
This is my day. Dude, he's just so cocky.
It is cocky, but it's just like stop. It's like him saying like just shut up, like stop reminiscing, like let's move forward. Like, nothing's ever gonna go back to the way it was. Let's just kind of see what's new, what's coming up next, and it's just yes, it is cocky, but it's also very.
But like the overarching theme of Kanye's like just life, right? Is at what point does it stop becoming cocky and it starts becoming confidence? At what point do you start respecting him for the hustle and stop hating him for like the materialism, right? Like he's never pretended to be something that he's not. Otherwise, the Nazi thing and everything else he pretends to be, I guess. But like, at what point does it stop becoming cocky? Like, it's not cocky. Yeah. It's confidence. He has confidence in himself. He has mad confidence in himself to the point where
he does.
Like,
where it comes off as arrogant. It can very well come off as arrogant.
Maybe when we say he's cocky, it's like a little bit of a jealousy thing coming out. Because I don't know. I hate calling him cocky because I really do respect like his confidence. Like, there's no fucking person. Again, nobody loves Kanye like Kanye loves Kanye. So
fucking
like,
song.
Like, that is not just cocky, dude. That is like that is full blown confidence.
Yeah, or just like being completely self-aware and being very sarcastic, which could be too. Which I think it is. I think a lot of what he does in the media is I don't know.
It's a little self-indulgent. I get it, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. Kanye's just doing Kanye.
Kanye is
just living his best life.
You know, I also like in the song when in the chorus when he says, "Can't tell me nothing," and then you get the "ha ha." Can't tell me nothing.
Can't tell me nothing, right?
Oh man, I love the little laughs. It's great. It's great, man. This song is so good.
So Devil Wears Prada, Adam, Eve wear nada. I'm in between, but way more fresher.
It's so good. Dumb.
Devil Wears Prada, Adam and Eve wear nada. Come on, bro. Like, we're stringing like thoughts together, but they do flow. It does flow. It makes sense. It tells like a story, right? Like, it just, damn.
It's good, man. It's good stuff.
It's good. It's good.
Do we have anything else on this particular song?
No. I mean, we did like literally every fucking song we could go line by line and just gush over how amazing it is.
But we don't have time to do that.
We gotta hit Barry Bonds. We gotta hit Good Morning. And then I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I mean, Good
Barry
Morning's
Bonds
my AB
brush over.
And 11 and Barry Bonds is my 11. Just that song.
Good Morning's my 7, Barry Bonds is my 11.
Okay, yeah, we're pretty much on the same page here. So yeah, let's touch upon Barry Bonds and get it over with.
Here's another hit, Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is a fucking fantastic song.
It's good until you get to the fucking Lil Wayne part, man. Like Kanye's verses are great. But dude, it's just so unbelievable. It's unbelievable how why Lil Wayne is still so popular. Or he's been popular ever. It's just, dude, he's not good in any sense.
Lil Wayne's pretty good, but like for me, like it's weird because this is coming off of like the Carter series. So like he had the Carter 1 and the 2, and then like this comes out, and like almost the universe of people think the Carter 3 is like his best record, which came out after Graduation. But Lil Wayne does have a voice that it's unique. Have to kind of, it's unique. You got to kind of take it, with a grain of salt because what he's saying
just kind of accept it.
Pretty fucking great.
What's bad?
It's just the way he says it is sometimes woof.
Yeah, dude, it's not. I don't know why people like. I don't know. I don't get it, and I don't think I'll ever get it.
That's okay. That's all right. I do like Lil Wayne, but here
it's also
I don't like
it's like Drake. Drake is another person that is not good. Not good.
Yeah, but you can read Drake's lyrics and you're like, okay, dude, like you're clearly not upper tier fucking hip hop artist here, songwriter for sure.
He's not upper tier of anything. He's really not.
I don't. I mean, there's a couple songs by Drake that I fucking love, but otherwise, nah.
Same goes for Lil Wayne. Same goes for him.
Oof. Do the Carter 3 though?
I mean, honestly, I've never listened to a Lil Wayne record from front to back. So maybe my opinion isn't super valid, but whatever.
Here's another hit, Barry Bonds. That should be the new transition theme. Here's another hit, Barry Bonds, which is funny because, dude, like Barry Bonds' worst fucking 3 years of his career were like the 3 years leading up to the release of this album. Mm-hmm. Like he was awful. Like nobody gave a shit about Barry Bonds after
I don't know why I thought Barry Bonds was like early 2000s, like right after Mark McGuire, Because Mark McGuire was like, what, 98, 97, 98?
Well, don't forget that Barry Bonds was in the World Series in 2002 against the world champion Anaheim Angels.
Oh,
So
okay.
Barry Bonds had a very illustrious career. I think Barry Bonds, there's only like 2 people that are in the 40-40 club, as they say, who hit 40 home runs and also stole 40 bases in the same year. It's like
Damn.
Barry Bonds and Alex Rodriguez. That's it. Like, Barry Bonds was fucking good, dude. But then, like, it came out, and he was doing steroids. Not that I give a shit, because I don't care what these people fucking do. They're all doing steroids anyway, right? Let them all do whatever they want to do. But, like, it came out in an era where, like, everybody was severely disappointed, but he already held the records. Like, what do you do?
Yeah. Do you take? But the same thing happened with Mark McGuire too.
If
They found out after he
didn't
made
have
the record
anymore. Barry Bonds broke his record, so Mark.
Oh, that's
McGuire's
right. He
old
did break the
news.
record. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the guy that bought Mark McGuire's fucking like game or record-breaking home run ball for X amount of millions of dollars, and then Barry Bonds broke it the next year, rendering that baseball next to useless, worthless. Love it. Dude, that era of baseball was so exciting, man. These guys are like, really? You couldn't tell this guy was doing steroids? Like, do you see these fucking people out there? They're not people. They're like avatars that you create on the PlayStation.
They were
Come
big.
on,
They were
dude.
big motherfuckers. Yeah, especially Barry Bonds. He was huge.
It was silly. They had no neck. It was just like traps up to their ears. Come on. Come on.
Have you ever known anybody in real life who did steroids?
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy how quickly their physique changes.
It's fast.
Like within like 2 months. Like
Yeah.
this guy I used to work with, his whole physique changed in like 2 months. He did not look like the same person. It was unreal.
I don't know if you hung out with him often enough to like see the change, but like friend of the pod, Brian, and his friend, Kahit, he did a lot of fucking steroids, dude, like a lot. And he got buff really, really fast. And it was nasty stuff. He did really questionable things.
Really? I never really hung out with him. I know the little bit I did see him, I didn't like him. But I've always
did some
heard
really
like,
fucking
stories
bad
about him.
things. Like he was he was not a good dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't heard the stories, but now I'm kind of curious.
Oh yeah, there, buddy.
But maybe they're not pot appropriate.
They are not pot appropriate.
All right.
Not anything appropriate. He's just a fucking
maybe
douchebag. Yeah. I think he got deported now because he was an asshole. So
wasn't he in jail or?
Yes, he was in jail for a while and then he got deported.
Oh, okay. Kai was the not the Russian guy. Was he the Russian guy?
The Russian guy was Anton.
Anton, yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
He was nicer, but he was definitely under the thumb of Kahit.
He was a dick though. Anton was a dick.
Yeah.
He was. Come on.
I mean, yeah. No, I agree. I'm like those people, but
fucking Brian.
Here's another hit, Barry Bonds.
Okay, yeah. Let's get back to Barry Bonds. Anyway.
Nah, we're done with Barry Bonds. Let's get into fucking good morning. Good morning, then.
The opening track. What do you got on this one?
That's really what I wanted to just talk about. Was his really like over the top usage of good morning, right? He's trying to rhyme good morning with valedictorian, and so he's saying good morning in. Look at the valedictorian, but it doesn't make any sense because like good morning in. And so when you hear, if you isolate that line, it sounds ridiculous. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
But then you add valedictorian, but he doesn't say valedictorian. He's valedictorian, and he kind of like lazily half-assed the last kind of like syllable on valedictorian, so it matches the good morning in a little bit better. And that's Kanye, dude. That's the genius of Kanye, and that's stuff that like people make fun of Kanye constantly for, right? Like Kanye just makes up fucking words to like dude, like that's brilliant.
It is.
That's absolutely brilliant.
And a lot of people in hip hop started doing it after him too.
Yeah, they did it before. He wasn't the first person to fucking.
He wasn't, but I mean, he was
the first person to like go out of his way to make you know that he's fucking doing it. He didn't hide it at all.
Yeah, yeah.
And that line, dude, like look at the valedictorian, scared of the future. I hop in the DeLorean. That's cheesy. That is fucking cheesy. But he pulls it off.
No, you're right. Honestly, it's a great intro. I think what it clocks in at 2:50 or 2.5 minutes. I'm sorry,
perfect.
2.5 minutes. Yeah, it's a great intro and sets up for the rest of the record. And I know it has nothing to do with the Beatles song Good Morning or Good Morning, Good Morning, but it still reminds me of it just because of the overuse of that of Good Morning.
Yeah.
But it just every time I hear it, I think of the Beatles and wonder if that was some kind of inspiration. Like, is he trying? Because I mean, that was off their Sgt. Pepper's record. You know, I wonder if he was trying to make something really anthemic in the Beatles, you know, kind of vein. You know, I mean, at this point, he was listening to a lot of stuff from the '60s and learning a lot from '60s music and '70s music. So, and I'm maybe in the back of his mind, he was kind of like a throwback to the Beatles. Who knows?
That's possible. I mean, he was well versed in music.
Well versed in etiquette.
Well versed in etiquette. It's a good song. I like this song.
It is. It is a really, really good song. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else on this one.
No, I'm good. Honestly, I think we've hit all the good points. I think we've hit all the low points. I think there's only one low point in the album. That's Lil Wayne. That's it. That is it.
Chris Martin. Chris Martin, come on.
I don't hate that, dude. I like Chris Martin's singing voice here.
Hook.
It's got like soul to it.
No, dude. It sounds too forced. The way the hook was like edited into the whole song, it sounds way too forced.
Dude, coming off so much Coldplay that we've listened to this week.
Well, that's spoilers, dude.
But like, it's just I enjoy that hook. I do.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
'Cause I'm coming home.
It's way too forced, man. Come on, it's way too forced.
Oh, it's just like one of the last songs on the album.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't even be there. Now, so one last thing I want to add before we jump in. I mean, we didn't even jump into the art. Well, we kind of did a little bit. I love the artwork. I think it's fantastic, and it totally matches the aesthetic, which I think I mentioned earlier. Now that I think about it, but you agree with me on that, right?
I think the artwork is phenomenal. I think he enlisted this. I think he's a Japanese dude, and he did a great job. And it's not just like the artwork, but it's also the artwork matches the single artwork, but also matches like his touring, which also matches what he was wearing at the time, which also coincided with what became popular. So because of Kanye, these colors started popping up, and like the whole like Bathing Ape thing. And I only know about like this like nicer things because of like David Bradley, friend of the pod, David Bradley. He wore nice clothes, and he like took me to the lab, and he took me to all these other places that like sold really fucking expensive clothes. And I watched him buy expensive clothes, and I was like, damn, I don't know, bro. Those are pretty expensive. And I remember like specifically at the lab buying like a $65 t-shirt. And like, I was like, dude, I don't know, man. And like Onitsuka Tigers and shit like that. Like those were just too fucking expensive. I just
David
don't
is
care
like
enough.
David is like one of the coolest people you could ever hang out with. He gets along with everybody. He never seems like he's full of shit. He's super fucking nice, super friendly, but the guy can convince. I feel like he can convince anybody to do anything.
That is true. God,
like,
he was cool, man.
He was so really much fun to hang out with. He was so cool and so much fun to hang out with. And then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, he got the girlfriend. She's super cool, but he started dating somebody. They're married now and everything. But I mean, he just kind of he changed his whole trajectory. And but yeah, dude, David was
guys who
cool.
achieved what he wanted and was like, all right, peace.
Yeah, one of the coolest dudes.
Friend of the pod, Aaron, dude. Aaron, kind of the same way, right?
Yeah. He did the same thing, and it's not a bad thing. Nah. Not a bad thing. It's just that's just how some people are.
What makes them happy? That's fine.
Yeah.
But also one of those guys too, like Aaron and David, right? Like if we ever saw them out, or if we ever decided to hang out, or if we ever hung out, it would be like as if we never stopped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like when I went to Aaron's wedding, like in 2019. We had none of us had seen him for maybe 5 or 6 years, and he invited us to his wedding. We all went and in Yosemite, and it was a fucking blast, and it was like nothing really changed. We hung out, and he did his things with his family and his wife's family, but then he came over and hung out with us, and it was all cool. And then I remember running into David a few years, maybe like in 2010, or maybe it was a few years after he stopped hanging out with us. I ran into him at the mall, and it was like nothing changed. Like he was the same fucking dude, but there was like no hostility. Like it's like, yeah, I'm running into you. It's cool. Let's talk for a few minutes and that's it. We don't need to hang out afterward. It was cool.
That's what what like Facebook has kind of like ruined, is just casual friendships where just I don't need to talk to you every fucking day. I don't need to talk to you all the time. But if we ever do run into each other, let's really hang out. And if we never see each other again, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are good relationships. I like those ones.
Yeah.
Low maintenance.
Low maintenance, yeah. And it's funny how as we get older, we seek those kind of relationships more and more.
Yeah, dude. It's just fucking, God, commitment's just like, ugh.
It's kind of sucks. But
I fucking want to do it.
All right.
Like, just because you invite me somewhere, that makes me not want to go even more.
I feel the same way. I really do. I'm just not into that whole party and with a bunch of people
Just
that I never really. Yeah.
Dinner dates and lunch dates. Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Pass.
If anything, let's make it like really spontaneous. Like, oh, let's run into you. Let's go grab a drink. Let's go grab some food.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Definitely.
I don't want to plan it
that
for
vibe.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, then
I
I'm
don't
dreading
know.
it for 2 weeks.
I know.
I'm like going
How
over
can I
my
get out of
mind.
this?
How can I get out of it? Exactly. Yes.
It's not that you don't like the person. It's just like I don't know what I can't even
It's the
explain.
commitment, dude. It's just like I don't.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, again, you don't like being told what to do. I don't want to fucking commit to something.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
Here's
One
the
last
Barry
thing.
Bonds.
One last thing before we wrap it up. I didn't know this until this week. I was reading about it, but while he was recording the record, he would test the songs out, and based off of certain people's reactions, he would adjust the song accordingly. So he would load up some of the songs onto his iPod and play them randomly, like in his office, or he would go out to a club and play the songs in a club, unbeknownst to the people there. And depending on how they reacted, he would kind of like gauge how they were feeling at what they were doing, and then he would go back into the studio and adjust it accordingly. And I thought, dude, that's a really, really cool way of kind of writing a record. It's kind of like testing out a movie, you know? You get the test showings beforehand. Is that what they're called? Test showings?
I think so. Test screenings?
But test screenings, yeah, the test screenings.
Something like that? Yeah.
You go to those like 4 or 5 months before the movie even comes out, and then you write out like, you know, have you ever been to a test screening? You've been to a test screening.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Then you fill out a form like what do you think
for sure,
it lacked, and what do you do? I guess it's a small little survey thing, and then from there you return it to the people, and then you leave. You write you sign like an NDA and shit. But yeah, I feel like that's what it was, but like in a way less strict way. You know what I mean? Kind of boots on the ground, which I think is super fucking rad.
I think he continued that like concept throughout his career, right? Because with like Life of Pablo, he changed it after it even came out. Like he adjusted things and re-released it, and then with Ye or Yeezus, I think it was Ye. He changed it before it even came out.
Yeah, based off of that interview he did with TMZ,
Yeah,
where he said something really stupid, and based off of the backlash and the reaction to what he said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to scrap this entire thing and rewrite and re-record the whole thing. So that's what he did.
That's cool.
After that interview. Yeah. I mean, what he said was stupid, but...
You know, a lot of what he said is stupid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, too. So let's give our final thoughts on Graduation, and then give it and then rate the record based off of our world-famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album and 3 is a perfect album. So what do you got, Jeff? Jeff with a T. There's no way you can't give this a perfect 3.
GEOPHT. Jeff.
Yes. What do you got? Go.
If you include like extracurriculars, then I'll include extracurriculars with my final rating. Why? There's not a lot of records that like usher in a scene, right? Like you can talk like the Woodstock era. Like that was a scene, but that wasn't a specific group. That wasn't a specific artist that like pushed it forward. It was a collection. There was a lot of people doing it. Whereas like Kanye, dude, this was a scene. Like this was a fucking scene. And maybe I'm not into fashion that much. I just know a couple things. But I had never heard of like Onitsuka Tigers until like fucking I got into like this fashion scene, and then people who loved like Bathing Ape. We're also like wearing Onitsuka Tigers, and that's how I got into them. So maybe like my Southern California goggles are on there. I don't know, but
You're just throwing out words, man. I don't know what you're saying.
Onitsuka Tigers, the shoes. You know what those are?
No, I have no idea what those are.
The fucking she wore them in Kill Bill. With her the shoes she wore with the stripes on them.
Okay.
They're like
Oh, I know what
$150 shoes.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know what
had
they were
a pair.
called.
I had the Velcro pairs, and then
you?
Ryan had a pair. Yeah,
Did you really? You guys really? Oh.
yeah, because of David.
Okay. I mean, I've never been a
convinced
fashionista.
me to buy fucking Onitsuka Tigers. They're cool ass shoes, dude, for sure.
Yeah, they're
super
cool.
lightweight,
They're cool.
comfy, roomy, but like they're like $150. So anyway, like the whole fashion thing, dude, the whole fashion thing, and like hip hop has always kind of like coincided with fashion. There's always been fashion, hand in hand there, but like Kanye elevated it. Kanye took it to the masses, whereas like FUBU, right? Like FUBU.
Ow, fuck. Yeah, of course.
Like FUBU was a fashion statement, like in hip hop, and there's all these other sub genres of clothing that are specific to hip hop, but Kanye made it okay for everybody to wear it, for pop punkers, for moviegoers, for fucking moms and dads,
for Jeff Hutton,
for Jeff Huttons with a T on Jeff, for Jeff Huttons. He made it good for everybody. So I think I don't know. That's why this record is so special, because it just changed the game of the world. I think, because if it happened in Southern California, therefore it happened in the rest of the world. That's how my mindset is. So I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's called the bubble of living in California.
I do think it's not even a bubble though, dude. Because like to say it's a bubble of like Wyoming, right? Wherever he was working in Wyoming, what's the town called in Wyoming?
Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole, dude.
You don't like that name?
Are you saying Jackson, like Randy Jackson, hole, like butthole?
Yeah. Yes.
Why would you name your fucking town Jackson Hole? Is it one word?
It's 2 words. It's 2 words.
Just name your town shithole then, right?
I think it probably has some historical significance, but I don't know what it is.
Good God. Yeah, so to say like Southern California is a bubble, it's not entirely fair, because like a lot of the United States, a lot of the world does look to Southern California, Hollywood, Los Angeles, Orange County, to kind of like dictate what is in, what is out, what are the trends. So that's not entirely fair. So it's not unreasonable for us to say that because we noticed this in 2007, therefore the rest of the world probably followed along. It's not unreasonable. It's not.
I suppose.
Not. Snot.
Okay.
From the nose. But anyway, this album is perfect. I think this album is perfect because it did something. Dude, it did something. Fuck it, man. It did something. I don't care what it does, as long as it does something. There's a lot of great albums out there that are damn near perfect, but they just didn't do anything. This does something. Therefore, it's better than perfect. It's Library of Congress perfect.
Okay. Has any of Kanye stuff been submitted to the Library of Congress?
Doubt it. Not yet.
It will.
Of course, it has to.
Yeah, it would be fucking stupid if it didn't.
Yeah.
All right. So you give it a perfect 3 out of 3, which, of course. I mean,
only 2 of his albums get perfect 3s though. This and 808s. That's it.
Man.
Yeezus, College Dropout. Not perfect.
I would still give those perfect. I would still give them perfect.
You're giving 4 of his records perfect ratings.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, what's wrong with that? We give like almost all the Blink records perfect, or we give almost all the Blink records perfect. So
I give all the Blink
I give
records
4.
perfect except for California. Yes.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. but even then, you give California a 2.9.
It's like a 2.9. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this Kanye record, I think it was truly the transition of pop music in general, more than just hip hop. I think it's way more important than just hip hop with what he was doing, songwriting wise, production wise. It was just something truly something special. Like you said, we're just gonna go over the same shit over.
Do it again, baby.
The aesthetic of it all, the fashion. I think this is
glasses. I really do love those
Glasses are so dumb. I think we all had a pair at some point.
We did.
At some point, we all had those stupid fucking glasses.
Those glasses, like those Elvis glasses, right? Like the gold ones with the big fucking thing.
Oh
on
yeah,
them.
yeah, we did have those too.
Hell yeah.
So dumb. So dumb. But anyway, yeah, I have nothing more to say. This is a fucking perfect record. There's nothing wrong with it. Even though Lil Wayne's on it, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a beyond banger. So 3 out of 3 for me and you. And that's all I got. That's all I got. That's all we have for this record. Thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell all your friends. And that's it. That's all.
Christmas.